Hello, what is up, guys? I just want to share a little story with you all. Um, so, this was one of those times. If you are. Oh, I thought it said 69. That would have been kind of cool. It says 59, the clock on the back right there. You know those times where you really, really want to do something, and you slowly realize, I'm pretty sure God doesn't want you to do that. And it took some outside people. It wasn't like I'm just, okay. I'll just do it. So, marketing, um, not marketing. What classes is this? International business. We have a final. Paper is due on Thursday. Presentation is due tomorrow on Tuesday. My group, bless their heart, is not going well. Okay, like I emailed the professor a few days ago, and I was like, "Look, man, I don't know if my group is gonna make this happen. Okay, like it's not moving. I might have to do this on my own." And then I was like, we finally met, and it seemed like everybody was gonna do all their stuff. So then I told them like, "Oh, okay, I'm good. It seems like we're moving in the right direction." Today, the night before, it's literally actually it's the day of now because it just turned midnight of our presentation. This is when everybody's supposed to have their stuff done. I'm like, yo, guys, is everybody done? Let's have a meeting. We push it back. Meeting's supposed to be at 10:30 at night. Everybody's supposed to have their stuff done. We're supposed to just run through this slides of the presentation to make sure it's within the time. And then, and so one of the team members has done literally nothing. The other team, mine is three people: me, the girl, and the boy. That's gonna be their names. The boy has done nothing. The girl has done. She's like done 2/3 of her portion, which the PowerPoint is the easiest part. So I'm a bit worried for the paper at this point. But I'm like, hey guys, like, what's going on? I called them, and they're like, yeah, cool, we're gonna meet. And I call them, they don't answer, and they're like, oh, I'm not ready. An hour later, I call them, don't answer, and they're like, you know, I'm almost done. I'm working on it. And the other dude said nothing this whole time. Like, I knew he wasn't gonna do much, but nothing is a lot less than not much. And so I'm just here thinking, right? I'm so done with these people. Like, I'm literally about to leave this group. Like, I'm about to text y'all and be like, look, I'm not working with y'all anymore. Have fun on your presentation. Have fun on your paper. Y'all do you. I'm going to do me. And, you know, I already had the green light to go ahead for my professor, so there's going to be no issues there. And I'm like fuming at this point because it's like the night before. And I wanted to work on this. I keep saying, can we work on this? Can we have a meeting? Can we have a meeting? They keep pushing it back. They don't attend the meeting. Very frustrating. And then so I call my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I'm leaving this group. I'm not doing it anymore, right? And so she's trying to bring some wisdom to me, like, that's not right. You should have done that a few days ago. And I'm like, I didn't know they were not going to do their work a few days ago, or I would have been left. Like truly, if I knew they weren't going to do their work a few days ago, I would have left the group. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't. I had no idea. I thought they were going to. Shame on me, I guess. And so pretty much, I don't like my hair like this at all. Kind of like. No, that's worse. I need to do my hair. But I don't have time because I'm in finals week. Alright, back to the story. I forgot where I was. I'm sorry. So I'm like, I'm leaving this group, Mom. And she's like, that's not right. Like, you should have given them some more time. Just do the whole project by yourself. And I'm like, no, that's not fair. I'm not going to sit here and do this entire project knowing that I'm probably going to have to do the paper later. And it's like, it's a big one as well. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm probably going to have to do that later as well. And she's like, nah, just go ahead and do it. I'm like, that's not fair, Mom. Like, I don't think you're getting it. And you know how you're like, oh, Mom, you don't know what it's like to be a student. Like, obviously, my mom was a student. I'm not going to say back in the day, but way back when, you know what I'm saying? But, and I'm just like, no, Mom, you don't get it. Like, they haven't done anything. And mind you, guys, mind you, there's potentially a lot of points that could be taken off due to my team members not doing their jobs. We have to rate each other on a scale that goes into your grade, right? You show up late, points off your grade. You don't go into the time, everybody doesn't stick to their allotted time, points off. You don't dress up, points off. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm worried about my grade right now because I have an A in this class. I intend to finish with an A in this class, okay? And the whole time I'm thinking, like, I'm not trying to be braggadocious here, but I'm pretty sure I had the highest grade in the class, right? And, this is one of the first times I've ever been somebody, this might actually be the first time that I've been the person with, like, the highest grade in the class. And I'm thinking, if I'm this stressed about the final, and I already have an A, like, if it wasn't for this final, if the final didn't count, I'd have, like, a 95 in the class. That leaves a good 5-point margin. That's pretty large, you know what I'm saying? I take a big hit. And so I'm like, if I'm this concerned about the final, why are you not more concerned? Like, I'm almost certain these people don't have an A. But I that's just my own assumption. But, so I'm telling my mom, like, no, I'm not going to leave. I'm going to leave. I'm going to give them a 0 on their score. Like, I'm just going to leave and do my own presentation and be like, good luck. She's trying to, like, reason with me, like, no, that's not fair. But it's kind of like, you know how you talk to your mom sometimes and she's like, she knows she's right. So she's just like, no, you're going to do this. That's not right. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I'm not going to say I don't respond well to people telling me, oh, that's not right. You can't do that. No, you're not going to do this. Listen to me. You're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? But it takes a little bit. Like me, I'm like a glass ball. You got to keep tapping in the same spot to really break through. I did not mean to do that. To really break through the glass. And so my sister calls me, so I put her on the call, which was a blessing because I found out that she actually didn't even mean to call me. She called me by accident, but then she got on the call and she really actually was able to help me reason. And so they were like, look, you can't do that. That's not fair. I'm sure there's been projects where you've done nothing and people carry you. And honestly, there's not been a time. There's not been a time where I may have not done as much as other people, but there's never been a time I've literally just not done anything and then lied about it. I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do my work. And then you just don't do it. And then you just ghost them. You know what I'm saying? I can say I haven't done that. Because that's just trifling. At this point, I'm going to just be like, look guys, I don't know how to do it. You're going to have to help me. And they're slowly cracking at it. And then there's one point that they tell me, like, my mom's talking and she's like, look, do you really think God doesn't know that these people aren't doing this work? God doesn't know that you could potentially get a bad grade because of these people? God has the ability to show you favor and so much more. Like, just do the godly thing and, just suck it up and do the presentation, do their parts and just turn it in, and put their name on it. And, for me, I'm a very justice-driven person, so it's hard to do those things. And people are like, that's not godly. And I'm thinking, remember, God is all about justice, you know what I'm saying? But he also says, I will get your revenge, don't worry about it. You don't need to fight those kind of battles, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's like, no, that's just straight up not fair that I'm doing all the work and you still get to have your name on it. You still get to get the grade. And you might be bringing down my grade and you don't seem to care. You know what I'm saying? And that really got me, that piece, as she said that God has the ability to give you favor. You don't think he's going to give you favor for doing this and being godly and being nice when you don't have to? Because it's like everything, it was pointing towards, I had the ability to go out on my own. I told my professor, he gave me the okay. I told him, like, my group kind of stinks, like, it might end up just being me. He's like, yeah, fair enough, just, do blah, 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 blah. Look, they didn't do their work. I had perfect reasoning. I had the ability to do it all on my own. So I'm thinking in my head, why not do this? But I still called to confirm. You know how you know something is wrong, like in the very far back of your head, and you just call somebody to confirm what you're doing is right, and they tell you it isn't, and then that piece in the back of your head just keeps moving forward until you go, oh, maybe I need to listen to that. So that's what happened, and they were just talking, and they were like, look, and my sister was like, hey, you may not have like screwed somebody over like this, but you might in the future, and you're gonna want these people to show you some grace and some mercy, because you don't know what's going on in their lives. And yeah, that's what I really thought about. I said, yeah, I don't know what's going on in these people's lives, and yeah, you know, an emergency in your life doesn't dictate an emergency in my life, but you know, so I'd think like you'd at least say something. But who knows? They probably not have an emergency. That's okay, because I trick myself as a person who likes to, you know, benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe their mom's in the hospital and like they're trying to do this project and that, and you know what I'm saying. But I know I'm kind of rambling, but like I really want you guys to get the point of this story. I thought it was like really important because it just happened like 20 minutes ago, and I really just wanted to record this. Obviously, I'm not gonna post it now because that is kind of wild to the people in my group. So I'm gonna post this sometime in the future. But I think it just really hit me so hard. Like they kept cracking up the glass, and then I got to the stage of like, okay, let me see how I can convince them to tell me that I'm right. So I'm like, hey, what if I just kick the guy who's done nothing out the group and do my project with only the girl who's done like half or 2/3 of her project, you know? And then I'm like, okay, what if I just do the presentation with these guys and then we separate and do the papers on our own since we haven't started, so I wouldn't be messing up anything that they're doing, you know? And then I realized like I'm bargaining so hard for this. At the end of the day, I'm gonna have to do the project on my own, you know what I'm saying? And while I don't think it's fair that they should, you know, just get to screw people over and get a good grade, I realize like when I pray in the morning, I pray to be godlike, and I think this is really something that Jesus would do. And it's, you know, it's like they're taking credit for my work. It's not fair to me. And you know, sometimes this is not about me. And maybe these people can see the light of God and the compassion and the patience that I've had for them and think, wow, that's something special. I wonder where she gets that from, because I tell you, it is not me. It is God and God alone, because y'all know my response was, nah, I'm kicking you out of the group 16 hours before we go to present. So yeah, I just say this all to just remember, like, I'm stressed, I'm in final season, and maybe my head wasn't the clearest, and I realized how much I really actually want to do this for these people. And I'm going to give them a 10 on our evaluation. When we rate people, I'm going to give them a 10 out of 10, even though they don't deserve it, because that's what God does for me literally every day. Every day. I don't deserve anything in my life. I'm so amazed at what God has been able to do for me and stuff that I don't deserve. Like, I'm still in college because of God. I'm telling you guys, I don't think I would have I didn't even deserve to graduate middle school without God. I didn't deserve to graduate high school without God. I don't deserve to graduate college without God. Guys, I was a terrible student on purpose. Okay? Like, I literally just was like, nah, I don't want to do this. This is boring. I'm not turning my work. You know what I'm saying? Like, God has given me so much grace. So why not pass it on? And, yeah, I'm really grateful for being able to have, you know, godly friends and family that can consult me on these situations, because if I didn't, I would be honestly, I'd be so far behind. But I couldn't imagine not having, you know, any member of my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, going to them and be able to consult in godly troubles, and they can help me hear the Spirit of God speaking to me when my head is clouded. And that's when I think I just realized the power fellowship has. Like, it's so hard to be Christian. You need help. Like, you need to be friends and be in contact with Christian people that you can talk about these kind of things with. Because I guarantee you, my non-Christian friends, they would have said, "Oh, nah, man, screw them. Just leave the project, yeah." Or just go behind their back and, like, rate them a 0 so they get a low score. You know what I'm saying? I bet they would have said that. And I was trying to say that too. So you got to get people who will get you out of the hole and not tell you to keep digging in the hole while they stand outside of the hole. Yeah, so just a little snippet from my life. Very interesting. And I'm going to end it out in prayer. Just because I just want to pray over this whole situation and the work that I'm going. I'm just going to pray over, my classmates, the situation, the work that we turn in. Dear Lord to God, just thank you so much, God. I know that I don't deserve your love, your mercy, your grace, everything you have for me, God. And I know that, God, so why am I so hesitant to give others what they don't deserve, in my own opinion? God, we all need to be like you, God, and showing more grace and mercy, even when people don't deserve it. God, I pray over not only the work that I'm doing, I pray over my mind, God, that I relinquish that spirit of selfishness and self-righteous and self-justice spirit in my mind, God. And that I not only agree to do this work, but I'm doing it joyfully, God. I'm going to turn up my music and crank it up to the max, sing along, and get this work done for our group, God. And I pray for them. I pray for my classmates as well, God, that maybe they realize, or they are at least able to recognize not the patience and grace and mercy that I've shown them, God, but the patience and grace and mercy that God has shown me, and that they can see not me, but they can see God through me, God, and become curious and say, why is she able to do those kind of things, and let it be because of God. I don't want to take credit for any of that, because I know what I wanted to do, God, but you helped me do what I needed to do, God, and I just thank you for that. I pray for your grace and mercy, God. If they show up late, they show up, they don't show up, they don't do their work, God, they're not dressed properly, they're going to be okay, God. It's going to be okay. And whatever happens, whether that results in me getting a B, ooh, that was hard to say, or a C, or whatever grade that results in me, God, I'm willingly accepting it, because I know it's in your will, God, and I accept anything that you have planned for my life, God. And just pray over my classmates in other classes and group projects, that they're able to do great and God-honoring work just like me, that I'm not just like me, but like that I'm also able to do that great and God-honoring work, God. And just thank you so much for opening my eyes. Thank you for letting my mom and my sister help me realize what you wanted to do, and thank you for speaking through them, God. I just love you, God, so much, God. You've done so much for me, God. I just can't believe it. I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful, God. In Jesus' name, amen. Alright, guys, it's time to... I don't know why I thought this number was going to change. I was waiting for it to get to 69. I was like, okay, I'll just wait 10 minutes. That was a bit of a slow moment from your girl. Anyways, that's just what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you can take something from that. Life lessons with Kobe. Alright, see ya.